What up? This is On the Sick One to Sobriety. My name is Rob and I'm an alcoholic and drug addict. We're going to get right into it. So not always did I owe people money. There is actually one time in my past that I can truly remember paying off one of my debts. So, excuse me. I was talking, I felt like fucking bow wows come out of my lips and shit. I was like, what the hell? Um, so yeah, one time that I paid off my debt that I'm aware of, that I could dig deep in my mind and think of. Maybe later on when I'm going over my story again, I could think of somebody else that I paid off, but I highly doubt it. So, anyways, so I have a friend, we've known each other for years. I've known him for a long ass time, whatever. I don't know how. I don't know what I told him. I'm pretty sure I gave him some fucking sob story about why I needed $100. And I convinced him. I got him in a moment of weakness and I convinced him to give me $100 and he gave it up. And I was like, yeah, dog, I'm gonna pay you back. Don't even trip. And obviously I didn't pay him back and I had no fucking money. I have no idea what I did with those $100, to be honest. I don't know if I smoked them or if I paid somebody else that I owed, or I don't know how it worked out. But the point is that I owed this $100 and I tried to avoid him at all costs. He started getting at me on Facebook, sending me fucking comments on my fucking page. Like, hey, ¿qué onda, güey? No te hagas pendejo, ya márgame, háblame. ¿Qué onda con eso, güey? No te pases de verga. Pichi pendejo. No, he never called me that, but I'm pretty sure he wanted to. I'm pretty sure somewhere deep down inside of his heart, he wanted to suck me up para que me aliviane a la verga. And I deserved it. But probably most likely, like everybody else that comes through my life, shows fucking pity on me. God damn it. I'm a fucking pity parade over here. But anyways. So yeah, I convinced him to give me the hundo. Probably smoked it up. He fucking wanted it back, obviously. So I tried to avoid him at all costs. Avoid him like the plague, right? Like that old saying. So, and then eventually, some cholos hit me up, right? Some two homies from the barrio, we say, right, perro. They hit me up. And they're like, hey, fool, we want to put you on. We got a fucking QP. Can you get rid of it for us? And I was like, yeah. So it was one of the cholos I had barely met. I think he had just gotten out of prison. So he was barely coming around for a little bit. And the other cholo that was there, I've known him all my life as well. So they put me on. And whatever they gave me, I took it to my friend's house that I owed money to. And I don't know if I was just trying to show off or something, but I really wanted to tell him, like, look what I'm doing. I'm trying to, like, I really want to pay you back, dog. I got this. I'm gonna sell this. I'm gonna make some money. Bam, bam, bam. You're gonna get paid. He's gonna get paid, and I'm getting smoked out. And so we were kicking in. I don't know how the fuck he convinced me to leave my stash right there. Everything I had, I left it with him for some goddamn reason. I don't know why. Up to this day, I still don't know why. And I left, and when I left, I was just like, oh, no, mom. Like, why did I fucking leave that shit here? Now I have to come back. Now he has something of mine. Now I have to come back to him. Maybe, I don't know, deep down inside, maybe he was holding it to make sure that I pay him back or whatever, you know? So I took off, and I'm just like, fuck. I owe him $100. Now I owe these gangster motherfuckers money too. I'm just like, oh, no, you know? I was like, God damn. And why? Tell me fucking why. These two cholos hit me up and they're like, hey, Rob, actually, we're going to need that back from you. And I was like, nah. I was like, yeah, we're going to need that back. And we got somebody that wants to rest. And I was just like, no, mom. And that's why right there, I broke it down for him. I was like, look, I have it, but I smoked a little bit of it already, dog. You know what I mean? Maybe like a 20 sack. And they're like, oh, it's cool. Don't even trip. Just get the rest. It's all good. We kind of expected that to happen anyways. So it's cool. I was like, all right. And then so I was on one side of the apartment complex. I had to walk my ass to the other side of the apartment complex and go fucking put on my fucking mi cara de payaso. You know what I mean? Like, looking with a smile on my face. Pero con el pinche palo atravesado en el culo a la verga. I was just like, hey, what's up, dog? You know what I mean? I was just, hey, dog, I need that shit back, because this and that. I don't know what excuse I told him. I don't know what reasoning or whatever. But he felt sorry for me. He gave me my stuff back, and I was just like, oh, God. I told him, I'm pretty sure. I told him, I'll be right back. Now, don't even trip. I got you. And I took the long ways back around. I went back to meet up with the cholos, and at that time, those cholos were with one of my other homies, and that's the plug right there. And I rolled up, and the two cholos were like, "Dang, what's up, bro? It took fucking forever, dog. I thought you fucking burned us." I was like, "Me? Burn you? Me burn you? Nah, that's not even in my vocabulary, perro. I don't even know what burning people is, fool. La neta, dog." And and then they were like, "Fucking all right." And they're like, "What happened? Whatever." And then my friend spoke up for me before I could speak for myself. You know what I mean? And my friend's like, "Oh, it's because." I don't know about you guys if you guys have the traditional Mexican family, but right here at Rob's house, his mom makes him clean before he leaves the house. Like if he goes and wants to come back out, he has to clean something. And I was just like, what the fuck? The motherfucker embarrassed me and shit like that. I was like, yeah, dogs, I had to vacuum real quick. You know how it is. They're like, oh, yeah, that's right, that's right. And then, so I gave them their stuff back or whatever. And then, they're like, all right, cool. Whatever. The business was done with the cholos, right? But I felt like I'm out. I put myself obviously in the position, but if I couldn't have got that stuff back from my friend, 100% I would have gotten my ass whooped, stomped out, got a fucking mud hole stomped on my ass and walked it dry. You know what I mean? I don't know how bad that situation could have gotten, honestly. I'm glad it worked out. So I tried, now back to my original friend that I owed him money. I tried to avoid him. He kept hitting me up. And then one day I ran into him, right? I was over there by his spot. And I did the scandalous move. Some fucking tweaker shit, dog. He's hitting me up. He said, hey, what's up with that money, fool? What's up with the money on me? And I was like, look, fool. I was like, I got it. But not in cash. But I got it. I was like, I don't know. I don't know what I told him that I was gonna do for some reason for me to not go with him. But I'm pretty sure I told him something like, look, fool, I'm about to go smoke. I can't miss this session. I'm fucking my layouts or some stupid shit. You know what I mean? I was like, but here is my debit card. This is my card where I get my actual paycheck on. So you know it has money. So here's my paycheck card. My code is 6969. Take out $100 plus a little tip for you because I owe you. And we'll call it even, and I'll just come get my coffee later, dog. It's cool. Don't even trip. And he looked at me like, motherfucker. He's like, he looked at me for like a 1 second, but I read like a whole book from his look. He looked at me like, fool, you're really about to throw a fucking like a long ass friendship away over $100 for you getting high for your drug addiction. Your drug addiction is really worth more than our goddamn friendship. You're really gonna stoop to this level. You're gonna get so low to this level where you don't give a fuck about me or our friendship or about anything or about the principality of paying me back. Oh, no, I didn't. I didn't. I didn't give a fuck. I just wanted to smoke. I don't give a fuck, right? I didn't care about paying him back, even though he was my friend. I didn't care. And if he would have beat me up, then he would have beat me up, right? That's just what I say, but I really don't know how it would have turned out. I gave him my card. He bounced, and then I remember something vaguely like, "Hey, fool, your fucking card didn't have no money. Que pedo con esa cura, güey? Te pasaste de verga and wasted gas for nothing." Oh shit, that was some fucked up shit. I was like, yeah, dog. I was like, oh, it did extra price too. Oh, it did it. What you mean? Did you put the right code on? Are you sure you didn't have the money? Nah, I think you put the code around, dog. And that's how you put the code around because are you sure you put 69, 69? You didn't put 96, 96? Are you sure? Nah, because there's money on there. All stupid shit like that, dog. It was so fucking ridiculous. But to be honest, my friendship, I was willing and ready to throw away our fucking friendship for $100. For me wanting to get high, my friendship with him didn't mean shit. I didn't care. What I only cared about myself and my fucking well-being, and my well-being right there was me smoking and getting high off some shit. That's it. And I didn't care, right? I keep on saying I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. But so anyways, days passed by. My parents swoop me up. They're like, come on, you're going with us. And I was like, where to? I was like, where the fuck we going? And they're like, yeah, you gotta go to the store. And then so we're driving off, and then he's like, hey, my dad asked me, he's like, hey, who do you owe money to? And I was like, this motherfucker ratted me out to my parents. He played the ultimate trump card and ratted me out to my parents. God damn it. And he's like, who do you owe money to? And I was like, well, this guy. And then because my parents know him too, you know me, so I didn't really care mentioning his name. I was like, this guy, and like I owe like three other dudes. And they're like, how much? And I was like, well, I owe 100 to my friend, 20 over here, 40 this way. They're like, all right, you're gonna pay those guys back. I was like, well, how? How the fuck am I gonna pay them back? And they're like, look, we're taking you to Walmart right now. You're gonna cash your check. I was like, check? Check from there. And they're like, so you got a fucking lawsuit settlement from the company you used to work for, send you $1,200. I was like, ooh, $1,200. I'm about to get smoked out. My family ain't gonna see me for 2 weeks at least. I'm gonna be fucking down at least 40 pounds. That's for sure. And then they took me to Walmart, cashed my check. They're like, all right, give me the money you owe the two people, the 2 or 3 people, 100 there, whatever. Maybe let's say $200, right? And they're like, all right, 100 for your friend, and then whatever's left from the other 100 of people you owe, we're gonna use that to give you $5 a day for the bus for when you do decide to go to work or if you go look for another job, whatever it is. I was like, all right, cool, 1,200. I got a G left. Still, I could get a good amount with the G. And they're like, all right, now you got to give us our issue. Break us off the top, homeboy. Half, 50% taxation without representation. 600 of my parents. Bam, 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 bam. I was like, God damn motherfuckers. But I guess that's the price you got to pay to live for free, right? Yeah, I wasn't paying rent. I wasn't doing shit. I was just living off of them. So $600. I was like, cool. I got $600 left. Let's do the damn thing. And then they're like, all right. So now you got to pay. So you got $600 left. Now you got to pay your shit that you're going to buy here. And I was like, well, I don't need nothing. And my mom's like, oh, yeah, you do. Go buy yourself a body wash, bars of soap. I know you like to smoke cigarettes. Go buy yourself 4 packs of cigarettes and buy yourself some new clothes. And I was like, fuck. I didn't want to buy none of that. I didn't give a fuck about smelling good. I didn't give a fuck about my personal hygiene. See, I'm a fat motherfucker and I stink. Especially when I don't shower for days. I've been tweaking and hot boxing for days. No deodorant, no shower, nothing. I haven't changed my fucking socks. Haven't changed my clothes in days. I stink like a motherfucker, but I didn't care. All I cared about was tweaking. I didn't give a fuck about wearing deodorant so bad that I used to stink so bad. One of my homies, the real homie, one of the OGs with me, every time I would roll up in his car with him, I'd get in. He'd reach into his fucking little stash, his emergency deodorant, and he'd hand it to me. Not say a word, just be like, hey, Rob. Hey, Rob. And I'd be like, hit me with some Old Spice, and I'll be brand new. That's some real homie shit right there. Telling me that nobody else told me I stink. He did, though. He didn't give a fuck. And I respect that. So anyway, so I had to buy my shit. That was like $100 worth of shit. So I was like, cool. I got $500 left. I could do that. I think that's the math where I'm at right now, right? And then, okay, we're done. Let's bounce. I got $500 is still going to buy me a big fat sack. And I'll still be able to smoke out for a long time. Let's do this. On there, my mom's like, oh, before you leave. And then my dad chimes in, oh, go get yourself a TV. And I was like, what? A TV? I don't need a TV. Excuse me. The TV I have right there is perfect. It's a little 10-inch tube TV. And I'm dying here. It's a little 10-incher, right? And they're like, no, you can't use that TV anymore. Actually belongs to us, and we're taking it back from you. So now you got to buy yourself your own TV. I was like, fucking bastards. Go back to the TV section, get myself a $400 and something fucking TV. Boom. I didn't have a choice. I did not have a choice. Went to go pay, and it was like in the high 400s that I had to pay. I was like, oh, I started crying because I didn't have no more money to buy any more drugs. I was just like, no, mom. I ended up with like $15 left to my name, dog. I didn't care that I had new clothes or hygiene stuff or that I paid my bills for that month or that I was able to pay my homie back. I didn't care. All I wanted to do was get high. Those 15 bucks went straight to the connect. I got high for the night and that was it. I was able to pay back my friend. And after I paid back my friend, since then, I don't have any recollection of us actually hanging out anymore after that. And you know what I mean? Like, and I don't blame him. I don't blame him for not wanting to hang out for me because like I said, I was willing to throw our relationship, our friendship down the fucking trash for $100 to get high. That's the type of bullshit that drug addicts be on. They are willing to burn every single bridge they have. I was willing to burn every single bridge I had. If you fucking loan me $100, don't expect it back because I'm a fucking tweaker. You're gonna have to beat me up or something, or just stop talking to me. And that was the price of our friendship was $100, dog. And if it was honestly, in God's honest truth, if it wasn't for that lawsuit coming in, and like the settlement that I got, I would have never paid him back. And I have no idea how fucked up our friendship would have turned out to be. So I'm very thankful that that fucking settlement came in and I was able to pay him his $100, honestly. And that's where we're gonna leave that one at.